Let me sort of follow up on that question, and Paco, we'll start with you. You've been here talking about Spark all day. Yeah. And we've been talking about streaming, and now we're talking about real-time analytics here. It is a curiosity I have found. When people talk about real-time, sometimes they just mean they want their data as fast as they can. And they don't realize that real-time is in the eye of the beholder. For example, we're in San Francisco, we're in the middle of the World Series where the Giants are playing. If you were walking outside the stadium, had a 1950 style transistor radio going, and you were walking past a house that had regular TV and a bar that had satellite TV, there are 4 different real times going on there. But everybody thinks they're watching the game in real time. So when it comes to things like streaming and the expectations of people for real time, where have you seen that kind of expectation blow up a Spark implementation?
Sure. Well, I mean, Spark, you're talking about streaming microbatch, we were saying, and if you want to dig into the ancestor for that, Mill Will, coming out of Google, did microbatch. Really, you're looking at batch windows that go from like half a second up for microbatch. And if you're working with this big network topology, this big cluster, given network speeds, that's about as far as you want to push it with JVM. You're not going to get much better.
So breaking the speed of light, not really an issue.
Yeah, no, breaking the speed of light. I mean, if you're Wall Street and you have to like position your office close to the ticker, then you probably take all these machine learning algorithms and drop them in FPGAs and just run them right on the wire. They have a phrase there. They say when it hits RAM, it's too old.
Right. Anybody want to add on to those thoughts on real time, or we're good? All right.
Yeah, I think the real-time definition, I think, a little bit subjective, depending on how you deal with that. Realistically, I think, number one, you define the threshold. What do you mean by batch? What do you mean by micro-batch? What do you mean by near real-time, NRT? And what do you mean by real-time? So you can categorize, what kind of workload, what kind of pattern, what kind of throughput you need when you deal with your data, when the ingestion coming, or the excess consumption. So that help you to set a realistic target, right? In terms of how much time do I need to finish the job, process data, analyze the data, or produce results, or ship to the channel, do visualization, push to the device. So all there. And with that one, you can do some breakdown, which I typically do. I'm more engineering kind of stuff, right? Once I have breakdown, I see the bottleneck, which one cost the time. Then you engineer whether you parallelize this, which Hadoop, all these MapReduce help you do that, or you can do in memory rather than hitting the disk I/O. So you have different options to hit that. I tend to not randomly try it. I tend to do some decomposition, set some right target, then do some benchmarking, right? Once you have this one, I run some standard benchmarking, which has a different suites to that one, and I load my real data. Because benchmarking actually, like Samuel mentioned earlier, right? Don't even read them because they are biased. They set some specific fits their system. Oh, it's 40 times X. If you run it, it's just 2 times faster. So load your real data, because first you use a standard suite to say, hey, I benchmark with the standard load so I can compare my results with somebody published that, right? You learn something. Now with your real data, you really see how the system fit your scenario, your data, your access, whatever variety of things you deal with, and give you a fairly good sense, where should I tweak? It turns out you can just scale up, scale out, you can add some pieces, you can cache this stuff. There are a lot of options you have to speed up. Then the bottom line out of this is you can say yes or no, because hey, if you want to real time means 1 millisecond finish 1 billion records, sorry, today I cannot do it. Or you can say, yeah, with this additional cost, I add 10,000 nodes there. Yeah, it's doable, but are you willing to spend $10 million rather than just limit it to $10,000 to finish the work? You have the stuff, then you can negotiate with a partner or business, say, what is realistic? What is the technical practicality to do these things? Then you can say, okay, here's what I designed, here's the rationale behind it, here's the price tag to do this one. And after a period of time, you can come revisit, because people invent something new, or Spark, or Presto. Every day, people come up with something new, try to eliminate some bottlenecks. do some workaround, MapReduce not faster, however we mentioned earlier, so we get rid of it. There's Impala, there's Presto to deal with that. But that's not enough, right? You do in-memory database using Spark, other stuff, keep coming up. Then you can revisit your topic because you did it, you saw the process. You have this number quantitatively. Then you can do this, incrementally improve your whole system.